It's 2:30 p.m. East African time. Good afternoon, viewers. I am Kevin Strondik, and welcome to the first episode of the My Aspirant, My Leader TV show. This is Kenya's premier development timeline tracker for elected leaders. Does he or she have a development agenda? Well, let's find out. On this edition, we highlight leaders' inauguration promises, focusing on 5 selected counties: Nairobi, Mombasa, Bomet, Kisumu, and Kirinyaga. We are not only about news content, we look at political satires, review social media pics, capture development hotspots, and analyze current political trends. Big look till the end to find out more on this first episode of the My Aspirant, My Leader TV show.
Our first feature is Nairobi County, with an estimated population of 3.5 million people. The current governor, who is also the second governor in Nairobi, is Mike Sonko, deputized by Polycarp Igathe. Because we report on fact, let's see what the governor had to say in his swearing-in speech.
We shall build new and equip existing health facilities to guarantee our citizens of first-class health services. We shall make Nairobi the preferred destination for all local and foreign investors and tourists.
In his speech, Sonko outlined an 8-point development plan for Nairobi County: proper security, improvement of health service, education facility, provision of clean water, slum upgrading, solid waste management, decongesting the city, and infrastructure development. True to his word, the Inauguration project kicked off. Decongesting Nairobi did not live to see the planned deadline. Sonko's timeline is so far impressive as we track it on a daily basis.
Here at the Coast Region, my pick is Mombasa County. County 001 is led by Governor Ali Hassan Joho, popularly known as the Sultan. It is also amongst the smallest counties and has 6 constituencies. In his inaugural speech, he promised to create more opportunities, encourage talent, entrepreneurship and rehabilitation, manage sustainable environment. This was his speech at the inauguration.
My team and I have set in stone goals for Mombasa to thrive and continue to grow. We plan to focus on youth employment and empowerment through creating opportunities that will encourage talent, entrepreneurship and rehabilitation.
To check his development records, follow his timeline on our page.
Kirinyaga is county number 20 and is located in the former Central Province. The county is led by Governor Anne Waiguru, famously known as Miji Miji, and Peter Ngambiri as her deputy. It has a population of over 500,000 residents spread over 4 constituencies. In her inaugural speech, she promised to transform and develop Kirinyaga County such that it becomes a national icon and a #1 development hub in Kenya. Serve everyone equally, roll out development projects in every constituency and ward. Speaking in Kikuyu dialect, this is what she had to say. Thirikari yakwa ni kuamukira andu othe a Kirinyaga.
Tukuruta wira tumuretere maendeleo Kirinyaga ugu muramiona miaka 5 aya magokaga morie Kirinyaga no iria twokire KTI nundu igakorwo icenjetie. Ngai amurathime na mwike wega.
Visit our website to check out Governor Anne Waiguru's timeline and development scorecard. Twe hamwe andu a Kirinyaga.
Over the centuries, Kisumu City, the county headquarters, has established itself as the key economic bloc of the western region. In his first 100 days in office, Professor Nyong'o promised to address 10 key issues, namely relocation of the Kachok dam site, creation of the city board, appointment of city manager, clearing the drainage system in the city, modernizing Kibuye and Jubilee markets, establishment of village councils, road maintenance and infrastructure development, rice and sugar industry rejuvenation, and lastly, modest wages to health workers. Fulfilling these pledges in such a short time, of course, will be Herculean task, and only time will tell whether Professor Nyong'o can do this in only 100 days.
Help the
follow his development record on this page on our website for more information.
Welcome to the county number 36, Bomet County, Changai Tugui. It's composed of 5 constituencies with an approximated population of about 700,000 residents. It's one of the counties led by woman governor, Dr. Joyce Laboso. The senator is Dr. Christopher Langat. Let's take a look at what she had to say during her inaugural speech.
We shall establish well-equipped early childhood education ECD centers in every public primary school. Equip all the technical and vocational training institutes to enhance basic training for artisans.
During her inaugural speech, she promised, among others, to have at least 1 dispensary per sub-location, 1 health center per ward, improved maternal and child care services, to upgrade medical facilities, establish and equip early childhood education centers in every public primary school, and to equip all technical and vocational institutes to enhance basic training for artisans. As my aspirant, my leader, we will always promote women in leadership by providing perfect timeline for their development agenda. Visit our page on our website to keep track of our performance.
Wow, on our first episode, I hope you've actually enjoyed the past segment where we have been looking at the governor's inauguration, which in a way has been critical and of importance, because this is the first times we are having inaugurations since the promulgation of our new constitution. In this next episode, or rather in this next segment, we're going to be having techpreneur Alphonse Juma actually hosting the advocate of the High Court, Mr. Charles Kanjama.
Thank you so much, viewers, and with me is a one-on-one with Charles Kanjama, who is the advocate of the High Court, and today we are going to look at the inauguration speeches of the governors, and what does the Constitution say about the inauguration of governors?
I think the first thing is that the Constitution says once the governor is elected into office, they must be sworn in. And this is done in the presence of a judge of the High Court. This has already been done. And immediately they are sworn in, they take office. They don't have any power before they are sworn in. Once they take office, the first job for the governor is to set up the County Executive Committee. And the Constitution says that the County Executive Committee, which is the cabinet of the county, cannot have more than 10 members. 10 is the maximum. But where the county assembly has less than 30 members, then the maximum members of the county executive committee is 1/3 of the county assembly members. But if the county assembly of that county has more than 30 members, then they can have up to 10. So every governor is expected to determine which ministries they are going to have. If you're in the counties in Lower Eastern, you expect matters of water are so important that you need to have a whole county dedicated to water. If you are in Taita Taveta, you expect mining to be very important. And even though some of these are national government functions, the county may have a role in some of these matters. So they will determine what are their ministries based on what the Constitution has established as the functions of the counties under the 4th schedule of the Constitution, and secondly, what are the priorities for each county.
That's very interesting. But do you think the people or the citizens or the voter has a role to play, especially in looking at the inauguration speeches and the promises that the governors make to them during the inauguration speeches?
Yes, I think when you look at the inauguration speeches, you'll find several common themes coming across the speeches of different governors. The Constitution has a very elaborate mechanism of accountability and public participation. And the key organ that is used to control, manage, and oversight what the county governors and the executive are doing is the county assembly. And then I think it will be very important for local media to develop that interfaces or interacts with the county assemblies so that they can inform the people. What are the county assemblies doing? What are they discussing? What have they observed? And there will be that interchange which will make the whole county government much more robust.
In the last year or in the recent years, we've seen a lot of impeachment to the governors. I think one of the governors who is actually back is Governor Wambora. What would you say about this impeachment? Because normally after the impeachment, you never see any governor leave office. They'll still be back. What can you comment about that?
There have been 2 or 3 cases of attempted impeachment. There was the one of the Murang'a governor Wairia. It was an attempted impeachment. Wambora was successfully impeached twice at the county level. Viewers should have it clear that impeachment is like you are raising a case, formally making a case against the governor. That governor who is impeached has to go through a trial in the Senate. And if there was any lesson to be learnt there, is that the process of impeachment or the judicial processes of removal should not be relied upon to resolve political disputes or disagreements with a governor. And what happened is the first time round the county assembly members were fresh. It was their first time to have a county assembly, and maybe they didn't really understand the powers that they have as a county assembly. This time round we hope that they'll be trained effectively, that they are people who are competent professionals, and they'll be able to oversight the governors without getting into this, you could call it bread basket politics, where you're given a bit of money, I don't know, for ward development, and you forget about the bigger picture.
And just to remind you that this event is live, you can do a Skype call. You're able to comment just here below, and then we'll be able to have the questions answered. For now, we'll move to the other episode. When we come back shortly, we'll have our guest speaker give a final remarks on the same.
Let's jump ship and get into our next segment. This one we call it the development hotspot. We focus on our representatives spread across the different wards and counties of our country, and they focus on key responsibilities, or rather key tasks, in which the governors, the members of parliament, the members of the county assembly need to take priority on and focus their energy on if these particular areas are just to grow and rise up, right? Okay, let's take a look at that.
Reporting from Garissa, this is a region that has suffered the direct effects of terrorism. Currently, the key concern in this region is the Al-Shabaab militants' penetration into the Boni forest. Reports indicate that they have so far attacked numerous civilians passing through the forest and caused a lot of tension in the region. Local tourism and reservation efforts have decreased by a large percentile. For my aspirant, My Leader TV, I am Ivy Maina. This is a hotspot.
Giving my technical reports for My Aspirant TV from Kisumu County. The perpetual problem in our beloved city has been the stinking stench from Kachok dam site, also known as Gotranguma dam site. I have talked to the residents, and the dam site is the biggest mystery yet to be solved for the city. We will monitor closely how the new leadership will handle this. For My Aspirant TV, this is a hotspot.
My name is Josephine Mwende, reporting from Kitui County. The water scarcity has been an outcry in the county for ages, and all the residents are concerned about the future of livestock and food. The scarcity situation, as you can witness, is terrible and most wanting. Is it possible for the residents to have access to a sustainable supply of water? We put the new regime to the task of finding a solution. Reporting from My Aspirant, My Leader TV, this is our hotspot.
I am right in the middle of Busia town. This is county number 40, Busia County. As you can see, long-distance trucks have invaded the once celebrated small border town. They are lined in both sides of the road. There is barely any space left for pedestrians and other cars to turn. Let's leave alone the congestion. Let's talk about the safety risks brought about by the petroleum trucks. The question begs, what would happen in case of a fire accident? The whole of Busia town will be reduced to ashes. This is a concern mentioned in each and every voter slips here. We wait and see if the two-term governor will give priority to this time-taking bomb in his final term. And my name is Nelson, reporting live from My Aspirant, My Leader TV, and surely this is a hotspot.
I am reporting from Turkana County. For several years now, Turkana County has suffered adversely from the effects of drought, scarcity of water, and lack of food. Persistently, the ugly face of poverty has caused further devastation in the forgotten land of Turkana. Research has shown that currently there is an increase in gender-based violence, early and forced marriage, and women and girls engaging in transactional sex as a direct consequence of food insecurity. On our county roundups, reporting for My Aspirant, My Leader TV, I am Scott, and this too is a hotspot.
Okay, thank you so much, viewers. This is the last segment, and with me still here is Charles Kanjama, the advocate of the High Court. As we end this, as we've seen from most of the questions that are being asked, do the public or the citizen or the voter have a role to play, especially in determining which kind of agenda or items that the governors or the elected leaders can prioritize?
Yes, they have a role because there will be a lot of development plans that will be brought before the county assembly. There are various forums that are organized at the county assembly level, and sometimes you also have policy forums organized at the county executive by the governor and his ministers.
I know in the past election, the country elected more women governors. Recently, we had no elected governor as a woman, but now we have a few governors, and as we've seen from the scorecards, it's really impressive. From Kirinyaga County, from the inauguration speech, there are a lot of things that they're already telling the public that they are going to do. What should you comment about women, especially now that you're going to have a number of women governors in the country?
Yes, in fact, we have 3 women governors. In Kitui, we have Charity Ngilu. In Kirinyaga, we have Anne Waiguru. And of course, in Bomet, we have Joyce Laboso. The first thing I would say is that citizens expect the governor, whether you are male or female, to run the county well. And the women in the county want good roads, they want water, they want education for their children, they want lighting, just like the men in the county. So I think the first focus we want to see is whether the women who are county governors now can be even better managers than the men. And of course, women have their special attributes. They tend to have much better personal touch, that dealing, empathy with other people. Probably there might be less antagonism, as we've seen in some counties like Embu. We may have less of that with women governors. So we really are looking forward to see what special style, what cooperative leadership model they can bring in so that they are more effective in implementing the agenda that I think all Kenyans are looking forward to in each county.
Thank you so much, viewers. With me still is Charles Kanjama, the advocate of the High Court. And Charles Kanjama, I would like you just to give your last remarks on the subject today.
I think we are at a very exciting and interesting moment. The first county governments after 2013 were county governments of experimentation. They were like guinea pigs. We didn't know what was the power of the county government. The county governments of 2017 can no longer use as an excuse the fact that we are still in the stage of transition and trying out new things of implementation. Everything has been set. Now they need to hit the ground running. So I think citizens will be looking forward to see very rapid development at the local level, very quick focus on the different localities within the county, the ability to prioritize certain aspects of development on the needs of the counties. We want to see within 100 days what are the quick wins, what have been the successes of the incoming governors. You saw the way Governor Sonko in Nairobi, for example, immediately began a Clean the City campaign. We want to see, has he sustained it? So really there's a lot that we'll be looking forward to in the coming weeks, months, and years.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Kevin, in studio. Thank you so much, viewers, and all the best. Thank you.
We have actually come to the end of our first episode of the My Aspirant, My Leader TV show. And probably before I sign off, I want to say a big thank you to the team working behind the scenes, Scott, Ivan, and the crew that actually made this possible. A big salute to you all. Just to continue up with this particular conversation, check below onto your screens. That's the Leaders Scorecard edition. Connect onto us within the My Aspirant, My Leader website, and also the My Aspirant, My Leader mobile app.